Still there is a question. कोविड ने सर फार्मा कंपनीज को क्या सिखाया? आई थिंक इन द लास्ट डिकेड राइट, जो मेजर चेंज आया था वो आया था कोविड की वजह से राइट. 18-20 मंथ्स तक कोई रैप विजिट नहीं थी राइट, कोई क्लिनिक विजिट नहीं थी. और एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज हुई वहां पे कि डॉक्टर्स का प्रिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं रुका.
COVID forced us to adopt digital. COVID ने by force pharmaceutical companies को digitalize करने की कोशिश की है और बड़े हद तक कई महीनों तक कामयाब रहा.
Harsh reality for pharma is कि now 4 out of 10 doctors in India today are millennials or the Gen Z. They are just growing, right? Instagram देखा उन्होंने, YouTube पे web series videos they are thinking. They also expect some sort of personalization. वो भी एक मेडिकल की अगर एक डॉक्यूमेंट आया है तो वो जीपीटी पे डाल के they also feel किया मेरे को समराइजेशन बता दो so that I can listen. So they are also using digital tools. आज भी मोस्टली फार्मा कंपनीज वही काम कर रही हैं जो कि 2005 में वो फॉलो करते थे. हम इतने डिस्कनेक्ट क्यों हैं सर? Hello everyone, welcome in the another episode of Leaders of Pharma powered by Game of Pharma. And today's theme is experience is the new moat in pharma. To discuss this further, today we have with us a very special guest, Pranav Kumar sir. He is a customer experience strategist, HCP engagement advisor with 30 plus years of experience in the pharma, healthcare, and the consulting side. Sir has worked with companies like Dr. Reddy, Cipla, and now he is with Parakamya, and also chairman of CXPA Asia and executive director of Infection Control Academy India. I think Sir knows very well the intersection of clinical credibility, human behavior, and the commercial growth. And I think it's very important for industry like pharma. Sir, welcome on the show.
Thank you, Lokesh. Thank you for inviting me.
सर, आज का जो पॉडकास्ट है राइट, आई थिंक ये जो कमर्शियल लीडर्स हैं फार्मा के राइट एंड सम बिजनेस यूनिट हेड्स राइट, उनके लिए थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल होने वाला है बिकॉज हम ऐसी चीज डिस्कस कर रहे हैं जो कि आई थिंक बहुत रेयरेस्ट डिस्कस होती है राइट. एंड वो जो सेम ब्रांड प्लान्स जो कॉपी पेस्ट हो रहे हैं फ्रॉम द लास्ट फ्यू आई थिंक डिकेड्स, नॉट ईयर, डिकेड्स राइट. आई थिंक उनके लिए ये थोड़ा रेड फ्लैग की तरह ये पॉडकास्ट को देखा जाएगा. एंड सर, मेरा भी थोड़ा फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में एक्सपीरियंस है, तो लाइक फील्ड टीम को भी देखा है मैंने, मार्केटिंग टीम को भी देखा है, एंड देन एट द सेम टाइम लीडरशिप टीम्स, लीडरशिप पीपल लाइक यू, उनके साथ भी मैंने डिस्कस किया है. तो एक चीज हम लाइक बार बार अगर नोटिस करें तो वहां पे जो नोटिस होती है वो ये होती है कि हम सारे लोग ग्राउंड रियलिटी को जानते हुए भी कई बार उसको इग्नोर कर देते हैं. और वहीं पे आई थिंक वो डिस्कनेक्ट के बारे में जब हम डिस्कस करेंगे तो वहां पे एक बहुत बड़ी चीज जो निकल के आएगी वो की कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस, वेयर योर कंज्यूमर इज नॉट योर कस्टमर राइट. सो एंड उसको आप कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हो. सो आई थिंक इसके बारे में एक बहुत वास्ट टॉपिक होने वाला है, दैट्स व्हाई आई टोल्ड यू कि ये बहुत अनकंफर्टेबल होने वाला है फॉर सम पीपल. सो सर, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद की समथिंग जो कि फार्मा के बेस पे है, एंड वो हर एक जो मेडिकल रैप है लाइक और आई थिंक अब तो उनके नेम्स भी अलग अलग रख देते हैं, लाइक रिलेशनशिप एसोसिएट, बिजनेस एसोसिएट्स राइट, फार्मा कंपनी के अंदर वो लिव थ्रू करता है कि वो एक मेडिकल लाइक एक क्लिनिक के बाहर, एक हॉस्पिटल रूम के बाहर राइट, आई थिंक इवनिंग 6 सॉरी नाइट 9 में बैठे हैं. डॉक्टर ने आज 100 से 120 पेशेंट या फिर डिपेंड्स ऑन कि 50-60 पेशेंट्स आप देख चुके हैं. देन जो मेडिकल रैप है वो अंदर जाते हैं विद देयर लाइक जो भी है विजुअल एड, लाइक ट्रेडिशनली में वो पेपर होता था, आजकल कई कंपनीज टैबलेट भी दे रही हैं राइट. और एक ब्यूटीफुल विजुअल एड जो एक प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर, ब्रांड मैनेजर ने उनको दिया है कि सर दिस इज समथिंग दैट रिवॉल्यूशनाइजिंग डायबिटीज with extremely good patient care. And एकदम वो कैची बज़वर्ड्स के साथ में भरी हुई टैगलाइन के साथ में वो एंटर करते हैं। तो सर सिंपल सवाल है कि 2018 में जो रूम के अंदर होता था, राइट, और आज जो होता है उसमें एक्चुअल डिफरेंस क्या है? और आपको क्या लगता है कि वो सेम ही चीजें चली आ रही हैं आज भी, या फिर वो सिनेरियो क्या है सर? मैं शुरू में वो पूछना चाहता हूँ।
बहुत अच्छा सवाल है लोकेश। एंड कुछ बातें ऐसी हैं जो हम फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री में जानते हैं बट जल्दी एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं। और मे बी इन पर्सन अगर आप इनफॉर्मल बात करो तो एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू टॉकिंग टू द टीम, टू द लेयर्स, वी डोंट एक्सेप्ट इट. Things had changed a lot in the pharma and healthcare engagement space last couple of decades. 2018 और अभी के बीच में तो सिग्निफिकेंट चेंज हर किसी ने देखा है, दैट इज डिजिटल एक्सेस टू द हेल्थ केयर डॉक्टर्स. एक समय था जब फार्मा वॉज ओनली सोर्स ऑफ न्यू मेडिकल अपडेट टू ए डॉक्टर. सो मैं अपने ईयरली कैरियर की फेज में मैंने महसूस किया है कि जब वी वेंट टू वी यूज टू गो टू रिमोट स्मॉल सिटीज, पीपल यूज टू वेट फॉर अस कि भाई नया क्या लाए हो आप, किस नए मोलिक्यूल के बारे में क्या नई जानकारी है, नया थेरेपी क्या है. और वो सुनते थे, अगर आपके पास बात करने को हो तो सुनते थे. लेकिन आज जब इंटरनेट ज़माना, वेब 3.0 का ज़माना है, सबके हाथ में मोबाइल है, चाहे वो डॉक्टर हो या पेशेंट हो, सबको इन्फॉर्मेशन तुरंत मिलता है. तो जो हमारा वैल्यू प्रपोजिशन था आज ए फार्मा कंपनी टू ए डॉक्टर टू इन्फॉर्म देम विद मेडिकल अपडेट, न्यू क्लिनिकल ट्रायल और न्यू ड्रग के बारे में बताने का, वो तो चला गया, उनके पास ऑलरेडी है. तब सवाल ये उठता है कि आपने बताया अभी रात के 9 बजे कोई डॉक्टर बैठा है, 60 पेशेंट और 70 पेशेंट और कई केसेस में जीपीस तो 100 पेशेंट भी देखते हैं. उसके बाद आपका मेडिकल रेप पहुंचता है और वही पुरानी विजुअल एड, वो डिजिटल हो या फिजिकल हो, डजेंट मैटर, एंड स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग टू द डॉक्टर only about the brand and the mode of action or even the new clinical trial. It doesn't resonate well with the doctors. He, as a pharma company, you need to acknowledge and understand his mental state at that time. What are the thing he is thinking? For example, उनके पास अभी हो सकता है 5-10 पेशेंट के मेडिकल रिपोर्ट देखने हों. हो सकता है कुछ केस ऐसा हुआ हो, किसी पेशेंट के अटेंडेंट ने गुस्से में आके कुछ बोल दिया हो, उसने बोल रखा हो कि आप मैं कंज्यूमर कोर्ट में घसीट ले आऊँगा. तो डॉक्टर का मेंटल फ्रेम अलग है. ये जब चेंजेज हुए हैं और आज के फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी को अगर डिफरेंशिएट होना है और अगर डॉक्टर को जीतना है, तो डॉक्टर का एक जो पूरा दिन का उनका उनकी दिनचर्या होती है उसको समझना पड़ेगा. डॉक्टर के सामने किस किस तरह के पेशेंट और इस प्रैक्टिस के रिलेटेड जो चैलेंजेस आते हैं उनको समझना पड़ेगा और उनकी लैंग्वेज में बात करना पड़ेगा. इस तरह से बात करना पड़ेगा सो दैट दे कैन रिलेट इट विथ योर ब्रांड और योर कंपनी. डॉक्टर कभी कोई ब्रांड नहीं चूज करता है. क्या चूज करता है डॉक्टर? दो चीजें. नंबर एक, how that brand is going to solve any of his clinical patient's problem. Number two, he chooses the person, the medical rep who is meeting him. That's why आप देखते होंगे कि मेडिकल रेप चेंज होता है तो डॉक्टर के प्रिस्क्रिप्शन भी चेंज हो जाते हैं. ऐसा क्यों? इसका मतलब डॉक्टर रिलेशनशिप को वैल्यू देता है और डॉक्टर उस मेडिकल रेप के लिए, आप नाम जो भी कह लो, मेडिकल रेप जो फ्रंट एंड पर्सन है उसके लिए प्रिस्क्राइब करता है. इसको समझना पड़ेगा फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी को और इसके अनुरूप अपनी मार्केटिंग प्लान को ढालना पड़ेगा.
राइट सर, सो अगर हम कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोलें तो आई थिंक हम स्लाइड की डिजाइनिंग तो अपग्रेड कर रखे हैं, बट जो अटेंशन है वो डाउनग्रेड हो रहा है, और हमें ये चीज समझ के हमारे पूरे कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस को अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा, जैसा आपने बताया. बट सर, लाइक इफ अगर हम इस चीज को इवेल्युएट भी करें, राइट, तो आई थिंक जो मेन चीज हुई है वो है कि आई थिंक इन द लास्ट डिकेड, राइट, जो मेजर चेंज आया था वो आया था कोविड की वजह से, राइट, कि फ्रॉम लाइक आई थिंक 18-20 मंथ्स तक कोई रैप विजिट नहीं थी, राइट? कोई क्लिनिक विजिट नहीं थी, कोई मतलब मोस्टली जो चीजें हो रही थी वो हो रही थी या तो जूम कॉल पे हो रही थी, गूगल मैथ्स मीट्स पे हो रही थी, वर्चुअल सीएमईज हो रहे थे, वेबिनार्स हो रहे थे, राइट? आई हैव स्टार्टेड माय पॉडकास्ट ऑन दोज डेज, राइट? और एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज हुई वहां पे कि डॉक्टर्स का प्रिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं रुका, वो प्रिस्क्राइबिंग बिहेवियर सेम था, राइट? और फार्मा बहुत वरीड हो गया था कि यार कैसे होंगी चीजें एकदम से, लाइक एवरीवन इज लर्निंग जूम, राइट? और आई थिंक वो जो व्यूज थे उन वीडियोस के जहां पे ये लिखा हुआ था कि कैसे जूम को इजीली सीखें, राइट? वो सबके व्यूज एकदम से इंक्रीज हो गए। एवरीवन इज फिगरिंग आउट, रीचिंग आउट टू डिजिटल पर्सन्स जिनकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं थी उससे पहले, राइट? उससे पहले वो सिर्फ एक ब्रांड प्लान का एक पार्ट हुआ करते थे छोटा सा कि हाँ इनको भी थोड़ी सी जगह दे देते हैं, वैसे वाला सीन, राइट? बट आई थिंक अभी भी स्टिल देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन, एंड वो इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन ये है कि कोविड ने सर फार्मा कंपनीज को क्या सिखाया? और या फिर हम सिर्फ प्रिटेंड कर रहे हैं अभी कि कोविड एक सिर्फ डिजिटल लेकर आया, एक एग्जिस्टेंस शो नहीं कर पाया वहां पे।
बहुत अच्छा सवाल है। कोविड ने बाय फोर्स फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज को डिजिटलाइज करने की कोशिश की एटलीस्ट, और बड़े हद तक कई महीनों तक कामयाब रहा। फार्मा इज वन ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री which is very laggard in digital adoption. COVID forced us to adopt digital. कितना हुआ, कितना सही हुआ, कितना गलत हुआ, कितनी एक्यूरेसी आई, ये बात की बात है, बट हर किसी ने कोशिश की और काफ़ी हद तक उसके भरोसे ही कई महीने तक चले। पहला चीज़, ये अच्छी बात हुई। दूसरी बात हुई ये क्या, जो आपने बताया अभी कि उस समय भी डॉक्टर के प्रिस्क्रिप्शन रुके ही नहीं। डॉक्टर आपके आने पे आपकी विजिट के लिए नहीं लिखता है। डॉक्टर क्यों प्रिस्क्राइब करता है? क्योंकि उसके पास पेशेंट है, पेशेंट को चाहिए मेडिसिन, वो मेडिसिन फार्मा कंपनी बनाती है। तो विजिट की जो एक थी कि इसके अलावे कुछ और नहीं हो सकता, यह मिथ खत्म हो गया। पर्सनल विजिट के बिना भी डॉक्टर्स की प्रिस्क्रिप्शन फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी को मिलेंगे। पहला चीज। दूसरा चीज कि डॉक्टर के पर्सपेक्टिव से आपका आना हमारे लिए जरूरी नहीं है। मैं पिछले कुछ सालों से 2018 के बाद मैं, मेरा जो रोल है दोनों तरफ है। मैं अभी आधे समय लगभग हेल्थ केयर की तरफ काम करता हूँ और आधे समय फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज को कंसल्ट करता हूँ। तो मेरी विजिबिलिटी अब ज़्यादा है फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ डॉक्टर्स, हाउ दे थिंक्स, व्हाट दे थिंक्स इज वैल्यू, व्हाट दे थिंक इज ए केओस। तो उनको दिखा कोविड के एक्सपीरियंस के बाद में कि बहुत सारे मेडिकल रेप्स कमिंग टू देयर क्लिनिक इज एक्चुअली क्रिएटिंग केओस, नॉट एडिंग वैल्यू टू इट।
एग्री सर, एग्री। एंड आई थिंक ये जो केओस है, राइट, जैसा आपने बताया, राइट, ये डॉक्टर्स फेस अलो, द रीजन बीइंग कि उसके बाद में आई थिंक जैसे हम डिजिटल की बात ले लें या कुछ और चीज़ों की बात ले लें, एफिशिएंसी हर जगह इंक्रीज हुई है इन लास्ट फ्यू ईयर्स, राइट? कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इजी हो गई है, कंपनी ओपन करना इजी हो गया है इंडिया में, राइट? अगर हम पूरा एक लास्ट डिकेड देखें कि 2001 से 2010 तक और 10 से अभी तक का चीजें देखें, तो आई थिंक 4x कंपनीज इंक्रीज हो गई हैं, नई फार्मा कंपनीज ने एंटर किया है। नई फार्मा कंपनीज आर the new pharma companies are just entering into the market and they are also coming with the same things, right? कि रैप जा रहे हैं, बोल रहे हैं सर प्रिस्क्रिप्शन बिहेवियर, और वो कहीं तक चीजों को ट्राई करते हैं कि मतलब दे आर ऑल्सो बिकमिंग ए कॉम्पिटिशन एट द सेम मैनर, राइट? सो उससे एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन निकल के आता है कि एक बिग कंपनी हैविंग लाइक $1 billion ऑफ रेवेन्यू doing the same thing, एक small company started solopreneur, right, having 10 20 30 members are also doing the same thing, कि वही 60 सेकेंड 120 सेकेंड का इंटरेक्शन विद द डॉक्टर्स, वही 20। और पहले तो क्या होता था सर कि मतलब जैसे वो जो न्यू कंपनीज आई उनके लिए होता था कि यार प्रेजेंटेशंस अच्छी नहीं है, आपके पास में क्लिनिकल वैलिडेशंस नहीं है, आपके पास में बज़वर्ड्स नहीं है। बट अब जो न्यू चैट जीपीटी एरा, जेमिनाई एरा, राइट, परप्लेक्सिटी एरा, क्लॉड एरा, जो ये नया एरा आ गया, उसके अंदर टैगलाइंस क्रिएट करना भी बहुत इजी हो गया है। तो वो अब अच्छी प्रेजेंटेशंस भी लेके आ रहे हैं, उनके पास में भी अच्छी ब्रांड डेक्स है, उनके पास में भी कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम स्टोरी टेलिंग उन्होंने भी क्रिएट कर लिया, राइट। तो मेरा सवाल वो बड़े मतलब लाइक इट्स अ बिट अनकंफर्टेबल फॉर द सेम लाइक सेम पीपल लाइक हु आर सिटिंग एट द टॉप, कि हम अपने आप से झूठ बोल रहे हैं कि हाउ मच टाइम वी एक्चुअली हैव फॉर द डॉक्टर्स। कि क्योंकि एक टाइम था डॉक्टर्स का कि 2 आवर्स मैं आपको दूंगा। अब पहले जैसे आपने बोला कि डॉक्टर्स आर वेटिंग कि क्या नया मेडिकल एडवांसमेंट है, तो वो 2 आवर्स 10 मेडिकल रैप के बीच में डिवाइड हो जाता था। 10 मेडिकल रैप्स हो सकते हैं, जैसे डॉक्टर रेड्डी, जबॉट, जाइडस, जो इनिशियल कंपनीज थी। नाउ वो जो 2 आवर्स हैं वहां पे 150, 100 अलग अलग कंपनीज बैठी हैं, राइट, बाहर। तो वो भी डिवाइड हो चुका है। तो आपका क्या व्यू है सर इसके ऊपर?
दो बात है। पहला जो आपने बताया कि विद द सो मनी टेक्नोलॉजी, जनरेटिव एआई, डिजिटल कमिंग अप, it actually democratized the pharmaceutical marketing. The earlier those things which was luxury of the big companies, they only can afford to big consulting advertising agencies. Now with the help of technology, the smaller companies also have access to the technology and bringing the similar kind level of content for the medical doctors for communicating through visual aid or digital email, video, app, everything. So that democratization has happened to the industry, pharmaceutical industry also. Having said that, the important thing is that how to compete on that. It became a leveler. So here the elephant and the small dog both are for the same level, right? Same capacity to same have access to same kind of quality and content. Here the companies should think about that and how to use the same technology to talk relevant. What I mean to say that technology is a vehicle. It can take you to one place to other place. Your communication from your boardroom to doctor's earbuds, right? But what you talk, how much relevant it is something which require orientation, understanding, and going beyond the one touch point or transactional kind of interaction. What is transactional interaction? Let me explain it. When a medical rep go to a doctor and explain this molecule or brand or the services he is offering to a doctor, maybe patient support program, this is one transaction. What is a complete journey of a doctor in knowing about your company or your product is starts much ahead of that, right? Even if doctor is with somebody else and they are talking about some disease area or some molecule or some patient services, that time your when you market that product, its journey starts there itself. And it is not only the medical rep meeting to a doctor, but most of the company now is in digital, in social media, in email, in videos, and many other way in conferences. So these are the different touch point. As a company, one should think about all touch point into one system and chart out very precisely how your target customer is interacting with which touch point, who are the people accountable for that touch point, or maybe some people may not be accountable, nobody is knowing that even. So the important is that mapping the customer journey into in understanding how you touch the customer, who is the people accountable for that, and most important, how is the customer experience in each and every touch point, which are the touch point which need improvement, and ultimately what you aim is a wow kind of experience, an experience where doctor feel acknowledged, The doctor feels appreciated. Doctor feel he is talking to somebody human. It is not for a transactional business. They are not, pharma is not asking me as a doctor just for my prescription. They care for me.
Agree, sir. And I think the main thing that summarize this whole point is the knowing the customer persona, uh, and design your customer experience according to that, right? I think customer persona from I think 2010-15 में different था. The reason being they are also not involved in multiple things at the same time. उनके लिए भी मतलब चीजें different थी, right? But as company you have evolved, as human has evolved from the last those years, I think उनका भी persona थोड़ा evolved हुआ है. Now they are also not going for the movie, they are also watching web series as the same, right? So I think as company you should design those things accordingly. So I worked in digital marketing agencies, okay, sir, for some time, right? And like people read case studies, right? MBA में भी लोग case study पढ़ते हैं normal, and then some of the case studies like कि मिंत्रा ने जो नया कलेक्शन लॉन्च किया है, राइट, उसके अंदर मिंत्रा हैज एडेड कि जेंजी आजकल चेन पहनने लगे हैं गले में, तो लेट्स ऐड दिस. जो जेंजी के नए क्लोथ्स हैं वो बहुत वाइब्रेंट हो रहे हैं आजकल, तो वाइब्रेंट कलर वो ऐड करने लगे हैं, राइट. नाउ मतलब पूरा जो नया फैशन सेंस आ रहा है उसको डिजाइन रखते हुए दे आर रीडिजाइनिंग देयर होल थिंग्स, राइट. Same, I think the harsh reality for pharma is कि now 4 out of 10 doctors in India today are millennials or the Gen Z. Okay. ये जो Gen Z वाला पॉइंट है मेडिकल रेप्स के लिए बहुत सारी कंपनियां डिस्कस कर रही हैं कि ये काम नहीं करते हैं, बट फ्रॉम द डॉक्टर्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कोई प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर या ब्रांड मैनेजर सोच नहीं है. सेम, ये डॉक्टर्स विद इंस्टाग्राम दे आर like they are just growing, right? Instagram देखा उन्होंने, YouTube पे वेब सीरीज वीडियोस दे आर थिंकिंग. दे ऑल्सो एक्सपेक्ट सम सॉर्ट ऑफ पर्सनलाइजेशन, बिकॉज वो भी जब कोई चीजें ऑर्डर कर रहे हैं तो वो पर्सनलाइज करके पहन रहे हैं, चाहे वो नए जो लाइक उनके जो क्लोथ्स आते हैं लाइक एप्रेंस होते हैं उसके ऊपर अच्छा डिजाइनिंग में उनका नाम हो गया, राइट. सो दे आर ऑल्सो पर्सनलाइजिंग थिंग्स फ्रॉम देमसेल्फ, एंड दे ऑल्सो थिंक्स फ्रॉम द मोबाइल फर्स्ट ऐप बेस्ड थिंकिंग कि वो भी थोड़ा बहुत यूज कर रहे हैं अपनी चीजों को. मतलब वो भी एक मेडिकल की अगर एक डॉक्यूमेंट आया है तो वो जीपीटी पे डाल के दे ऑल्सो फील किया मेरे को समराइजेशन बता दो सो दैट आई कैन लिसन. सो दे आर ऑल्सो यूजिंग डिजिटल टूल्स. बट like most of the pharma companies, and in somehow your articles you have mentioned that कि आज भी मोस्टली फार्मा कंपनीज वही काम कर रही हैं जो कि 2005 में 2005 में वो फॉलो करते थे. हम इतने डिस्कनेक्ट क्यों हैं सर?
एक बड़ी बात है ये. सी द डॉक्टर्स whether they are in Gen Z or any level, they also are the customer for other industry like you said Zomato or the Amazon or any other e-commerce company. While they experience very uh, personalized experience with Amazon. They get suggestions which relevant product in Amazon, not irrelevant product. They buy one thing and they also get notification or highlight for the other complementing thing. Their experience is good and they expect similar experience from the pharma also because they're same person exactly, right? But somehow we felt that we are totally in different world, and we believe that doctors are in the same old age and they will listen the way they are listening few decades back. It is not that. You brought the concept of persona. This is again underutilized in pharmaceutical industry. Traditionally, what how the brand plan or brand communication is being devised is that you have a molecule you have a different specialty uses that molecule maybe in different indication or if in different doses form as per their practice. So you tailor make your communication for the specialty. But that was the yesterday. Yeah. Now it is time. Even if you have a statin and you have a cardiologist, you go with the same communication to all the cardiologists, 2000 cardiologists all India, right? But all don't have a similar kind of motivation, feeling, or uh, uh, thing values. So persona helps you here to understand the psychographic attributes of a doctor, of a cardiologist, say for example. Maybe like some cardiologists may be very open or supportive to the patient compliance or maybe patient cost. Other may be very much clinical trial scientific minded, and you are communicating same message with both of the persona same way. This is not going to resonate with them, right? So what you talked about persona, companies should migrate, rather augment the existing the STP, we call it, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, refine it, make it based on the persona. So you should research about your uh, customers and develop certain kinds of persona which is distinct from other persona. Make your communication and engagement plan based on that persona. Tag your entire database with those persona, and a doctor like Dr. AK Sinha, suppose he is a persona having of one kind, he should be engaged and communicated with that kind of message and engagement plan only, not from the point of view of the specialist. This is the important thing. And I talked about customer experience, but before customer experience, you rightly said, you have to develop your persona, and persona is not permanent. It changes every 6 months, 8 months. Revisit it, and persona is not informed companies to company. That's why your company's persona of setup persona for your setup therapy area will remain there for 6 months. After 6 months, relocate, read and iterate it, refine it, and accordingly you change your communication plan, communication message, and engagement plan for that kind of persona. And I tell you, persona is a boon for pharmaceutical industry because they already know a lot about the doctor. These data are fragmented, kept in different Excel sheet or with the medical reps or with the different kind of system in a company. This need to be collated and synthesized such a way to make a living persona and humanize your marketing by targeting a persona, not a demographic of a customer. So that is a very important thing, and that will help you to differentiate from other company, because I said it, persona is unique to the company. Personas setup persona is unique for the therapy area also. So within your company also, suppose you have 8 kind of persona for cardiovascular division, for dermatology division maybe 6 different kind of persona will be there. But that is require a different kind of understanding and working on that. And I can bet that this approach, if you adopt it, your communication and engagement is going to resonate with the customer much deeper, much better. And you know that if you resonate with the customer, the 2 minute can be extended to even longer period. They will be open to listen you. They will be open to respond to your request for your prescription.
So, sir, matlab if I am sitting on a chair, right? Suppose if a doctor's chair, right? Uh, 5 brand plans I have on my chair with the same price, with the same packaging, okay, and with the same claim that we are best in the quality. We will change the patient care. We are changing the patient care, right? And something with their buzzwords, right? तो डॉक्टर्स एक्चुअली क्या चूज कर रहे हैं, राइट? एंड यहीं पे आपने बोला कि एक्सपीरियंस इज द न्यू मोट। तो अगर मैं इन दोनों चीजों को कंबाइन करूं, तो जब मेडिकल रेप एंटर करते हैं, राइट, डॉक्टर्स केबिन और इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं कंपनी को, और सपोज गो विद अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट, तो एक्सपीरियंस का एक्चुअल मतलब क्या होता है? बिकॉज बहुत सारे ब्रांड्स हैं, बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स हैं विद द सेम प्राइस, पैकेजिंग एंड क्लेम।
In that particular article, I talked about the customer experience is a new mode. So you are from Rajasthan, Jaipur, right? You must
राइट।
have seen so many fort of different kingdom, right? And outside the fort, the king used to make water canal, a very wide area where there is water, and not only water, they used to put it there, crocodile and snakes kind of thing, to safeguard the fort from the attackers, from the enemy attacking to the fort. That is called moat. In pharmaceutical industry, in business here, pharmaceutical companies, they acquired, every company has a core prescriber. They acquired some set of doctors who are prescribing to their brands, patronizing their brand, and this is how pharmaceutical company become a big company, and they want to brick wall around the customer. So instead of using a brick wall, I use the word moat, and I said, what is one thing which can keep competition away from your core customer? Is the customer experience. See, the companies are, there are so many touch points, so many stakeholders in the company. Medical rep attrition is very high. People comes and go. Area managers get changed, regional managers get changed. What company should make is a system, a digital system where the relationship which you have with your doctor should be preserved with every touch point very, very much documented, and with every touch point the accountability fixed with some level of the people, whether back end or the front end, who are accountable for providing that, ensuring that experience to that customer in all the channels, all the touch point, all the omni channel, because now it is omni channel world, right? And uh, think from the perspective of the customer, not from the perspective of your brand or your company. And this might require some kind of ethnography study, understanding, sitting in customer's chair. So one of the suggestions I used to give to the companies is that in your office you should have one OPD. What I mean, recently also I told a company that you should, one floor you open a doctor's clinic, and all the infrastructure a doctor has, a typical kind of thing, the setup of a clinic, keep it that. Ask your brand manager if they are planning to make a communication for a brand, sit there in the chair of the doctor and think how it feels. Then you can empathize better with the doctors, and whatever you write in your engagement plan or communication, that will be resonating to a doctor. This is one way. Same way, when a medical rep are working in the field and you as a brand manager go to work in the field, you should do a role reversal for at least one day. You work for 4 days or 5 days in a month. I'm saying one day in a year, you work as a medical rep, carry the medical reps, all the thing, right from the planning and carrying the medical bag, leather bag or pad, whatever you have, iPad, or a visual aid, which is digital or physical, and make your brand manager, you are a brand manager working as a medical rep, make your medical rep to work as a brand manager. This way you will be able to empathize the problem of the medical reps. So these two are very important. If you understand these two, then only you will be able to draw, you will be able to design the customer engagement plan, a customer experience, what you call customer experience design in all the touch point, all the channels, and monitor that. This is going to be your new mode. This is going to brick wall your customer.
Agree, sir. And then I think, as you mentioned, that experience is a new mode, and then you have explained it very well, right? But there is a gap, okay? So, like the example जो मुझे पर्सनली हिट करता है डेट इज कि सेम कंपनी सेम ब्रांड एंड आई थिंक ये मोस्ट ऑफ द कंपनीज के अंदर है same day, I think in the morning that marketing company says, right? And as you mentioned in your some of the articles as well, कि marketing company says कि we are reimagining this diabetes care or revolutionizing the obesity or revolutionizing the cardiac care in India, okay, with the some good slides, 32 slides, with a big vision, with a good storytelling, with some of the good strategies that should be executed on the field, right? At the evening फील्ड टीम सेज कि यार इस इस बार के क्वार्टरली प्लान को अचीव करने के लिए आई जस्ट नीड टू मोर प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस हाउ यू कैन डू दैट राइट मतलब सेम ब्रांड सेम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेम वैल्यू सेम विजन सेम एथिक्स बट to achieve that experience both of the department should be synchronized, the marketing and the sales, right? So what do you feel in every organization why there is a gap? And I think what I feel कि ये almost हर company में हो रहा है.
So there is two gaps here. One at the gap of the doctor and what medical rep is talking, and what medical rep is talking is dependent on the what brand managers has written. So I assume that gap is between what doctor is thinking at that moment and what company is talking on that. Other gap is the gap between the medical rep and the brand managers, or the communication the brand managers makes that. These are the two gaps which is there, and this is what I said just now to how to reduce the gap, that we need to have empathy. So let's talk first thing on the gap of the doctors with the company. Doctors thinks from the view of the patient case. What are the complaint the patient is having? What are the difficulty the patient is having? What are the coexisting disease patient is having? A doctor is every time he's making a clinical decisions, right? What the doctor do? Doctor don't create something and give to the patient. The doctor's job is to take a decision looking at the different data of the patient, and those decisions is going to affect the life of the patient. But what companies are talking about? Companies are talking about the disease molecule or the disease, talking about how this medicine will help to elevate the symptom of the patient. But the doctor is thinking about other way. So we need to redesign your communication, which resonates more of the clinical scenario, maybe micro clinical scenario, of course relevant to your brand, and then talk. If you do that, then you find yourself different than the all other companies having the same molecule with the same doctor with the similar kind of pricing with the similar kind of medical reps. What is the different the language you're talking about, from the product centric to the customer centric? What is going on his mind, you put that into the visual aids. I bet you, believe me, the doctor will listen, simply because this is what he is looking for. This is what he is doing whole day with multiple patients. You need to talk that language. That is going to give a different kind of experience to a doctor, and that, I repeat again, that is going to be a differentiator, and that will make you a brand versus other commodity branded generic products.
And there is one question. Suppose, sir, I am a medical rep, okay, and I am asking you a question like, what are the top five things that I should observe when I will go next time for a doctor visit?
Very interesting question.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say that medical rep don't observe mostly. They observe that how many patients are there, what time I will get my visits. They observe some of the patient input kept there. If there is a TV, they observe, they view TV programs, or they get engrossed in their cell phone, mobile itself. An observation is a very, very good virtue. Medical reps going there must observe that. You said, you asked me about five things he should observe, and that five things is going to help to have doctors, what we call it, advanced profiling of the doctors. So first thing you observe that uh, the of course the what are the thing in the clinic, uh, are there enough patient education materials? There will be flood of that, but how much it is useful, and you can sense it by observing that whether patient are looking at those or not. For suppose there is a poster outside the clinic, is somebody reading it? If you see yes, they are reading it, that's relevant. So and then you scan through also what are the other thing maybe related to your product itself, your therapy area itself, which can be put in this space, waiting space of the doctor, doctor's clinic. When you go to the doctor's inside, observe, if you are fortunate to observe doctor how he talks to the patient, that's an important element. You can figure out that how about the doctor's psychographic profile, whether doctor is a patient friendly, doctors care for the patient uh, for the cost of the therapy, or doctors is very, very centric to the science. They believe that this is going to medicine help to the patient, whatever it does doesn't matter. So this way you can segregate a doctor who are patient friendly from the doctor who are very, very scientific oriented. Again, you observe the journals, books kept there in the doctor's cabin himself, whether you can see and figure out whether it is read by or not. Pharma company go and give it to medical journal to the doctor, and it might be kept unused. And I have personally seen a big doctor. So he was not, but he was not an academic doctor. But every company used to come and give the books and journal, which is always lying there. And many times I've seen that nobody opened that book. Also, it kept unused. That observation will help you to figure out whether the doctor is really academic, or pharma company misunderstood him academic and put the so many medical journal. That's again help you to communicate in a resonating way, in a most personalized way with the doctors, right? When you meet doctor, ask doctor some of the questions as a curious boy, trying to understand, trying to understand the perspective of the doctors. That again help you to plan your talking next time, or in the same clinic also, same clinic visit also, you can customize your conversation with the doctors. What I've been telling pharmaceutical company, the doctor is no more a ATM machine. What happens in ATM machine? You go push your debit card, give pin code, and get cash. We also believe that doctor is a ATM machine. Go to doctor, put some gift, give some engagement, give some medical journal, some other sponsorship, conferences, and draw some prescription. It is not going to work anymore. Doctors are human being. They want to build true relationship. They want to get respected. They want to get understood. So change your framework from ATM machine to human centric, what we call, what Philip Kotler calls H2H marketing. That framework going to differentiate it, you as a medical rep or you as a company, from the other lot of the medical rep or from the other lot of companies.
I think you have mentioned a very valid point here that somehow the companies or their representative or their leadership team has created a same that we discussed the persona, where they think that doctor is thinking in that manner. They just don't want to put money or the time, most of the time, like field reps also don't want to invest their time to understand the need of the doctor, or else understand the whole ecosystem of that around doctor. Okay, so I will just tell you here one example that I was just doing a medical podcast, okay, where I was just having conversation with the doctor, and in initially the rep declined that, hey, I don't feel so that doctor will be interested for your podcast, okay. And then because that, and that the reason was that doctor was, I think, 65 or 70 years old, so he don't know the concept of the podcast, so he will not come on the podcast, okay, he will not be your guest. And when doctor came, okay, we did a podcast of, I think, 1 hour and 40 minutes, and we don't discussed any medical things or something. We just discussed his life, how he has evolved with the time, right? And what he enjoy, what he do at the free time, okay. That's it, not any medical science, not general things, not at all. So I think sometimes they have just created some picture around that ki ha, if it's a Akshay Kumar movie, so it will be a comedy movie, or if it's a Ajay Devgan movie, it will be a
Stereotyping.
action movie. Yeah,
Yeah, what is it is called the stereotyping. You
yeah,
develop
stereotype,
stereotype.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Right, sir. So, sir, I think from this conversation, okay, one important point comes up that what about the ROI? What about the results of that campaign? Okay, what about the metrics that I need to present in front of the CMO, CEO, or some other stakeholders, right? Uh,
Okay.
is like better experience से numbers को कैसे resonate करेंगे सर?
This is important question actually, and people asking me a lot about this question, including our CXPA. A few years back, we focused a lot on the impact, and we said that the good experience should be good for the customer, of course, good for the employee also,
Yeah.
and good for the companies. What it mean good for the company is the business. It should give a ROI. That's
Right.
important, right? We are here for ROI, not for the social service, right? So this is very important, and the questions comes mostly from the perspective of experience, thinking customer experience as a soft way. It is not a soft. It is a hard cash. It is a hard gold.
Right.
So if you understand customer experience, it is a hard goal. Then we never ask about the ROI because this gold, nobody asks the price of the gold. Gold is always a gold. It price may always go up only,
Right.
right? The question is that how to do that, right? How to do that, how to create that. So the first thing is that understanding the experience itself, building experience with the perspective of the customers and each touch point, and engaging all the stakeholders. So one of the exercise in customer experience we do with one of the very important exercise is called customer journey mapping. And when we do that, we involve the finance officers, we involve the medical team, we involve the regulatory team, we involve the HR team, we involve the service supporting team also, distribution also. Why? The a customer journey map, when you create that, this become a shared map, a current level of the status.
Right.
After some engagement, after some months or years, we again review that, compared to that, what are the experiences at different touch point, how it went in last couple of period, whether it is improved or not, and because of improvement or maybe sometimes going down at some touch point, what are the impact in the business,
Right.
right? So that is the clear metrics. People see that, and uh, these are the hard metrics. When we talk about the soft metrics. There are 30 plus metrics to measure a customer experience. It's not one. The most popular one is the called NPS, Net Promoter Score. I'll
Right.
give you example. For example, you are doing your for pharmaceutical company, you are doing a very good CME or a bad CME, whatever, but you don't know bad or good because you don't measure that. How do we measure? Deploy NPS, Net Promoter Score. I tell you about Net Promoter Score. Uh, you must have read, and I believe all of your audience must have read a book by Jim Collins, Good to Great, right? So the Good to Great, and there are another book is a where written by Fred. That is based on Fred is the Frederick Richeld. Frederick Richeld is the originator of NPS. He was the founding partner in Bain and Company. So he started Net Promoter Score (NPS), which is popularly used at Winning on Purpose. His book name is Winning on Purpose. If you compare the performance of the companies which featured in the Good to Great versus the featured in the Winning on Purpose, the Winning on Purpose is based on the NPS, and the companies are thriving now, and Good to Great companies are not doing good. Some of the promoters are in the jail. Most of the company is in bad shape. It says that the measure of the profit or enhancing the shareholders worth is not enough to drive business, sustainable business, while NPS for the same time of period, measuring NPS metrics is a make more financial sense because those companies is thriving on even now.
Right.
What other testimonial you need? The problem is that you don't know what are the metrics of experience, which is, I said, plenty of them are there, like NPS, CSAT, including the employee NPS, which need to be measured, and you can see the correlation of marketing metrics or customer experience metrics with the financial performance. There is a direct correlation. No CFO can deny it. But the problem, again, I repeat it, pharmaceutical industry marketing managers don't measure the experience metrics. Learn it, measure it, then can see the correlation with the financial performance.
Agree, sir. Agree. And I think when they start measuring those metrics, I think it will become easy for them to understand the customers and make it personalized campaigns. Okay, so that when medical rep goes to that doctor, I think he knows that what he wants, right? Not something that what they want to offer. And I think these two are very different segments. So to make it more fun, sir, so I will ask you some of the rapid fire questions, okay? And it's a very interesting segment. I like a lot. So I will ask you some of the rapid fire questions, okay? So first question is, sir, that if you want to mute, okay, uh, one thing from the doc from the doctors and the pharma perspective, okay, what would it be? First will be the WhatsApp broadcast every morning, the good morning. Second, the early morning calls that I'm just sitting at the clinic at 8 a.m. only, where doctor is not thinking about the pharma, he's thinking about the patients or their his own things that he wants to do in the morning. And the other option is just 2 minutes, doctor. Just give me the 2 minutes, okay?
So I would like to remove all the things unless until that is relevant to the customer. Even WhatsApp is good if you add value, if it adds value. Good
Right.
morning call is good if it adds value to the doctor. And just 2 minutes, but for what? Doctor's 2 minutes, if you calculate his productivity, 2 minutes also has a cost, right? Rupee cost.
Right.
Are you offering more than that cost or less than that cost? Most of
Agree.
the time, we are killing that 2 minutes.
Right.
Why should doctor give you 2 minutes to kill, which has a certain value for that?
I agree.
All of this. So best way that repurpose this
Good.
to doctor's specific value rather than the channel or medium.
Agree. Agree, sir. Second question is, sir, if I will give you a chance that you need to remove one slide from a visual ad, वो कौन सा यूजलेस स्लाइड होगा सर फ्रॉम द विजुअल एड?
Thank you, doctor. Most of the time, we don't know why we are saying thank you. We say thank you, doctor. It appears with observation to me that a medical rep is thanking doctor for giving an ear, giving a time for 2 minutes. Medical rep job is not for that. They need to generate business, right? Not to buy just 2 minute time of the doctors.
एग्री एग्री सर. So as we discussed about the metrics, sir, previously, right? So you mentioned कि marketing teams don't measure metrics, or they just go for a uh, they just irrelevant metrics that they measure. Okay. So according to you, what is the top useless metrics that traditional pharma is measuring right now?
They are not measuring, they are very obsessed with that. That is the number of call made to core doctor. So
Okay.
one core doctor is supposed to be made sometimes twice, sometimes 4 times, sometimes 2 times in a month, and they measure it very, very in obsession way. They need to remove it. Rather, they should measure what value you have added to that doctor.
Right. So as you mentioned, sir, you were also the part of field, okay, in your early days, right? And you have saw that whole journey. And now when you do this customer experience research and those stuff, right? You go to these field reps and understand the behavior, right? तो जो मेडिकल reps है सर, उनका बिगेस्ट कंप्लेंट क्या है जो टॉप लेवल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट तक पहुंचता ही नहीं?
मैं बताऊं, बहुत गोपनीय है.
हाँ हाँ प्लीज.
डॉक्टर को मैं क्या दूं? What should I give to doctor?
ओके.
And again, this has two meaning.
ओके.
One meaning is that, and there are two kind of medical reps also. One kind of doctor medical rep is that they feel that doctor giving him time is actually he is feeling obliged because doctor gave him time, and his area manager is telling no, you are giving in update and medical knowledge to doctor. That is bullshit. A medical rep feel that I'm getting obliged, so I need to repay back.
Right.
So you see those companies who have giving something medical reference or literature or gift, whatever. Earlier days was allowed as per UCMP. It is not allowed anymore. But medical rep always want to give something, but he can't tell to his boss or he can't tell to the company. One sense. Other sense is that there are good medical reps also who are new breed Gen Z who want to really give to the doctor, give a value, add a value. That is unfortunately also not reaching to the top mind of the company. That how can a medical rep add value to a doctor?
Right.
So the first thing is a unethical. It is not allowed as per the UCPMP. While second thing is very much allowed, and when the government regulator will love to know that the pharma companies are adding value to the doctors, and that ultimately impacting the patient experience, patient well-being, and healthcare outcome.
Agree. Agree, sir. Totally agree. So with that said, sir, I know कि to all the brand managers, business unit heads, VPs, right? I'm so sorry कि आज के सवाल easy नहीं थे, but I think अगर हम इन्हें ignore कर देते, right? तो I think जो brands हैं where you are putting your every single day, every hour, every second, I think वो ignore हो जाता वो brand. So I think let's consider this customer experience as a moat, and let's rebuild our strategy and make strength in that strategy. So thank you so much, sir, for your quiet input on this podcast, and thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you, Lokesh. It was pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.